Today, we'll dive into the critical topic of risk management and security policies, which is vital for any organization. Our focus is on effectively safeguarding valuable information in our increasingly complex digital world. Let's explore the two primary approaches to evaluating risk: qualitative versus quantitative risk assessment. We'll examine how these different methodologies help us understand and measure potential threats. First, let's look at qualitative assessment, a common way to evaluate risks. This method uses descriptive scales, categorizing risks as high, medium, or low based on their impact and likelihood. It heavily relies on subjective judgment and the valuable insights provided by expert opinion. Now, let's turn our attention to quantitative assessment, a more data-driven approach. This method employs numerical values and statistical techniques to precisely calculate and measure risk. It often includes financial estimates of potential losses, such as calculating the expected annual loss, or EAL. Next, we'll outline the essential steps involved in developing robust security policies for your organization. This process guides us from initial assessment all the way through to continuous improvement and refinement. The first crucial step is to clearly identify the organization's specific security needs and objectives. This involves assessing requirements, considering compliance standards, and ensuring robust data protection measures. After identifying needs, the next step is to draft clear, concise security policies and detailed procedures. You need to develop straightforward drafts for both policies and the specific procedures to implement them. Following drafting, we move to the critical stage of reviewing and formally approving these policies. Engage stakeholders for thorough review, then obtain formal approval from senior management to proceed. Once approved, the policies must be effectively implemented, which includes comprehensive training. Communicate these approved policies to all employees and provide them with the necessary training. Finally, it's essential to continuously monitor and regularly update your security policies. Regularly review and update policies to ensure they remain relevant and effective against evolving threats. Now, let's distinguish between security policies and security procedures, understanding their distinct roles. Policies define the rules, while procedures detail the specific actions required to follow those rules. Let's first examine security policies, which are foundational documents for information security. These are high-level documents that clearly define an organization's overall stance on information security. They outline overarching principles, fundamental rules, and essential compliance requirements for security. Policies also specify clear roles and responsibilities for safeguarding all data and critical systems. They also establish the necessary guidelines for how policies should be reviewed and revised. Now, let's look at security procedures, which are the practical implementation guides. These are detailed, step-by-step instructions for effectively implementing and enforcing your security policies. Procedures provide practical guidance, ensuring that all policy objectives are consistently achieved. They define the scope, applicability, and assign responsibilities for every single step involved. Procedures also list all necessary tools, required resources, and crucial documentation requirements. Let's explore the key components of business continuity planning, which is essential for organizational resilience. This planning ensures your business operations can continue smoothly, even when facing significant disruptions. First, we conduct a business impact analysis, or BIA, to understand critical functions. Here, we identify critical business functions and assess the potential impact if they are disrupted. Next, a thorough risk assessment helps us understand what could go wrong. We evaluate all potential risks that could disrupt your business operations and their likelihood. Then, we develop BCP strategies, which are the core plans for continuity. These strategies include developing alternative processes, setting up backup systems, and clear communication plans. Crucially, we perform regular testing and drills to ensure our plans actually work. Conducting regular simulations helps us verify the effectiveness of our business continuity plan. Finally, plan maintenance is vital for keeping our strategy relevant and effective. We must regularly update the BCP to reflect changes in your business and new emerging risks. Now, let's delve into the essentials of disaster recovery planning, or DRP. This plan focuses specifically on restoring your critical IT systems after any incident. We define clear recovery objectives, like RTO and RPO, to guide our restoration efforts. Effective DR strategies involve robust backup solutions and efficient failover mechanisms. Detailed DRP procedures outline the step-by-step actions for restoring systems and data. Regular testing and exercises are crucial to ensure your disaster recovery plan functions correctly. Finally, continuous plan review and improvement keep your DRP robust and up-to-date. Let's examine key compliance and regulatory frameworks that protect data globally. These frameworks are crucial for protecting sensitive data across various international regions. First, we have GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation, for the EU and EEA. GDPR stands for the General Data Protection Regulation, applicable across the EU and EEA. It primarily protects personal data and upholds individual privacy rights for citizens. GDPR mandates that data breaches must be reported within a strict 72-hour time frame. It also requires appointing a data protection officer, or DPO, in specific organizational cases. Next, we turn to HIPAA, a critical regulation in the United States. HIPAA stands for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act in the U.S. This act specifically protects protected health information, commonly known as PHI. HIPAA requires robust administrative, physical, and technical safeguards to secure health data. Breach notifications under HIPAA must be sent to affected parties within 60 days. Let's conclude with a brief summary of the key takeaways from our discussion. These are the essential points you should remember about risk management and security. Risk assessment methodologies are crucial for identifying and evaluating potential threats and vulnerabilities effectively. Security policies define the rules, and procedures provide the step-by-step details for their implementation. Business continuity planning ensures that your critical functions can always continue, even during disruptions. Disaster recovery planning is all about restoring your IT systems and data swiftly after incidents. Compliance with regulations like GDPR and HIPAA is absolutely vital for data protection and privacy. Regular review, testing, and updates are crucial for maintaining effective risk management and security.